I thought it'd be fitting to tell you the story of Newberg's beginnings from the place that it ended for many of the town's pioneers. The cemetery was originally established as a graveyard for the Evers family, but was expanded when the demand grew and other pioneers in the area needed a place to bury their dead. Creepy fact, this cemetery is located at 666 South Everest Road. Along with the Everests, many of Newberg's founding families are buried here, including the Hashes, Wrigleys, Bruchers, Smiths, McKerns, Parishes. There's a whole bunch of them. Newberg's story begins with a Tennessean fur trapper named Ewing Young. Before settling in Oregon, Young made his way west by trading along the Santa Fe Trail, which is a trail that connected Independence, Missouri to Santa Fe, New Mexico. He then went along the Old Spanish Trail connecting Santa Fe, New Mexico with Los Angeles, California. In 1834, he settled in Oregon and built a house here. Young was the first non-native person to make his home west of the Willamette River in the Chehalem Valley. It was 4 miles west of what is now Newberg. After about an hour of traveling around the countryside, I finally found the tree. This tree marks the grave of Ewing Young. It was planted in 1846. His partner Sidney and Sidney's fiance were walking by the gravestone. Sidney's fiance found an acorn and planted it on Ewing Young's grave. Crazy. Buried right here. Ewing Young claimed 50 square miles for himself, and he established Oregon's first cattle ranch. He also established the first lumber mill, grist mill, and the first still for making whiskey. In case you're like me and you've never heard of a grist mill before, it's a mill that grinds grain and turns it into flour. Ewing Young's pioneering spirit made him a wealthy and prominent man in this area. His death initiated the assemblies that later created the Provisional Government of Oregon, leading to the state's statehood. In 1869, Newberg was officially named by a man named Simon Brucher. He was Newberg's very first postmaster, and he ran his post office out of his home. The mail was delivered to him from Portland via horseback. Sebastian named Newberg after his hometown in Bavaria, Newberg. This is where he lives now. This is his wife. By the 1880s, Newberg had become heavily influenced by the Friends, or Quaker Church, after William Hobson had come here from Iowa. Hobson was a Quaker minister, and he attracted a large following of people to the valley. The Friends did more than any other group of people to take Newberg from a collection of farmsteads and turn it into a thriving town. In 1885, the Friends started Friends Pacific Academy, which is now known as George Fox University. Do you remember from the first episode? That's where I went to school. Fun fact, 1885 is the same year that our nation's 31st president, Herbert Hoover, moved to Newberg. He was orphaned at 9 years old, and at age 11, he moved here from Iowa. He was commonly known then as Poor Little Birdie. Not Birdie as in bird, Birdie as in Herbert, Bert, Birdie. Relocating from Iowa, he came to live with his uncle, Dr. Henry J. Minthorn. Minthorn was the first superintendent of Friends Pacific Academy. This was his house. It's now owned by the Colonial Dames of America. They've restored it back to the way it was when Herbert Hoover lived here. Let's go check it out. Newberg was incorporated as a town in 1889 and as a city in 1893. It was the last major settlement of the Willamette Valley to be incorporated, as the settlers in this area didn't think that the soil here was that great for harvesting or for farming. The last guy I'm going to tell you about in this story is a man named Jesse Edwards. Jesse lives right over here. Why don't we go say hi? Hey Jesse, how's it going? I guess. Okay. Well, Jesse Edwards is commonly known as the father of Newberg. In addition to platting where downtown Newberg sits today, he established a mercantile store, a grain warehouse. He had a brick factory, a drain tile factory, a sawmill. He founded a university preparatory school along with Newberg's first U.S. National Bank. He also helped his son Clarence start the first electrical company in the area. Jesse was a spiritual leader of his church. He helped build Newberg Friends Church. If that wasn't enough, Jesse served as the town's postmaster for a while, and later he was elected to be Newberg's first mayor. Just thinking about all he did makes me tired. He did more single-handedly than any other settler or group of people combined to ensure Newberg's bright and prosperous future. Thanks, Jesse.